In the late 1940s, a chilling tale emerged from the depths of a Soviet-era lab, a tale that would later be known as the Russian sleep experiment. Let's take a step back in time, to the shadowy world of post-war Soviet Union, a time of political paranoia, where the Iron Curtain was drawn tight, and beneath it, a multitude of clandestine experiments were conducted in the name of science and the pursuit of power. Among these, one stands out for its sheer horror: the Russian sleep experiment. The objective of this experiment was deceptively simple. 5 political prisoners were chosen as subjects, their freedom bartered for a promise of amnesty. The goal was to study the effects of prolonged sleep deprivation, induced by a mysterious stimulant gas. What could possibly go wrong, they thought? Little did they know, they were embarking on a journey into the darkest corners of the human psyche. As days turned into a week, the subjects began to exhibit signs of extreme stress and paranoia. Their sense of reality started to distort, and they turned on each other and even on themselves. The experiment's logs detail horrifying scenes of self-mutilation, violence, and an eerie refusal to sleep, despite the clear mental and physical deterioration. The subjects weren't the only ones affected. The scientists, observing from the other side of the glass, also descended into their own kind of madness. The toll of watching human beings unravel in such a grotesque manner, coupled with the pressure to deliver results, created an environment of dread and guilt. The experiment eventually spiraled out of control. The subjects, one by one, succumbed to their injuries and their shattered minds. In the end, all that was left were lifeless bodies and a room filled with a tangible sense of dread. The promised amnesty was replaced with a deafening silence, broken only by the scientists' futile attempts to rationalize their deeds. The experiment ended in catastrophe, with all subjects losing their lives and the scientists left to grapple with the horrific aftermath. Imagine, if you will, a conversation with those scientists, the architects of this nightmare. How would they justify their actions? What drove them to push the boundaries of human endurance? Was it mere curiosity or the inexorable pull of scientific discovery? Did they weigh the potential benefits against the possible horrors they might unleash? Consider their expectations. Did they anticipate the grotesque transformation of their subjects? Or were they as shocked as we are by the outcome? And ponder this: when the experiment spiraled into chaos, did regret pierce the veil of their scientific detachment? And now let's delve into the darker corners of this tale. How do they reconcile the ethical quagmire they waded into? Do they bear the burden of guilt for the monstrous results, or do they hide behind the shield of scientific progress? Their answers we'll never truly know. The scientists vanished into the annals of history, leaving behind only the chilling legacy of their experiment. Now consider this, dear listener. What are your thoughts on this experiment? The Russian sleep experiment, a chilling tale of human endurance and the relentless quest for knowledge. A tale that raises questions over the limits of ethical boundaries in scientific exploration. Let's pause for a moment, shall we? Think about the individuals who were subjects in this experiment. Picture their lives, their dreams, their hopes, all overshadowed by the heavy veil of this experiment. Now ask yourself, could the potential scientific benefits ever justify the human cost? Ponder upon this. How far is too far? When the pursuit of knowledge turns into a nightmare, where do we draw the line? Is it when the cost is human suffering, or perhaps even human life itself? In the pursuit of knowledge, where do we draw the line? It's a question that remains as haunting today as it was in that Soviet-era lab.